It's Real Live with DC Hunni, Mick Fabulous, and Miss Nancy C. We are ready. We have a great show for you tonight. Are you ready? Strap in, share the page, and let's go. We got Director Secrets with Steve Drayton, Healing Foods with Layne, and some social media buzz. It's time to start the show. Let's go.
Real live show. DC Hunni. Come on and chill for a while, it's gonna be lovely. It's the Real Live Show with DC Hunni. We push it forward, it's impossible to go back. And please know that the mentality is pro-black. Laughs and cheers in the atmosphere. Classic hits, the music you be glad to hear. From the old to the new, yeah, this show was for you. And everybody striving to grow and improve. We glad to be alive, raise your glasses to the sky. If your energy is negative, you have to say goodbye. Nothing sad or basic, we past the hating. Great imaginations collaborating, the vibes all positive, this is a must. Multi-million-dollar ideas we build and discuss. Take a listen, you ain't gotta be socially distant. Even though we different, we all are gifted. With blessings overflowing, it's all love we showing. The party here will not stop and keep going. The queen is controlling all records to spin. Bet your money on her, she expected to win. She blends soft with the rugged, I swear you gotta love it. Verse from Mark Mav and B from Reggie Ruckus. Now that you tuning in, it's something you'll do again. Cause the music make you feel high. Now it's getting real live.
All right. Welcome to the hottest show on the social media scene. I'm talking about Real Live with DC Hunni. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We are thrilled to have you with us. Listen, we got a jam-packed show tonight. As always, we have some great people that we're going to interview tonight. I'm talking Steve Drayton, who is a filmmaker, joining us to talk about his upcoming movie and to dish on how you could possibly land an audition with him. Also on the show, we got chef and show host John Layne from Great Urban Eats. He's here to talk about his own journey with the healing power of food and much, much more. And as usual, we're going to do that deep dive into all the hottest social media news out there. Planet Fitness Child is going viral. The tragic Uber driver story, we're going to be talking about that as well. Angel Reese making history in the WNBA draft. We're proud of our girl. We're going to be talking about that, as well as this new deal that Tyler Perry just inked with BET. All that and more coming up on Real Live. So this is going to be a great night, you guys. I'm excited. I hope you're excited as well. But before we get started, I got to see all of you in the chat. All right. Show me some love in the comment section. Just drop some hearts. So just let us know that you're happy to be in the house tonight. And if you have a great comment, we may show it on air, on the screen. All right. So also, while you're dropping comments, make sure you hit that share button. Tag your friends and spread the word, because Real Life is the place to be tonight. And now let's bring on our amazing co-host. I'm talking about Mick Fabulous and Miss Nancy C. First up, she's a V-Strong Detroit vitiligo advocate, an empowerment speaker, and a recurring guest on multiple national radio shows. I'm talking about Mick Fabulous. Welcome to the show, Mick.
Hello,
Hello, lady. Also joining me is my other lovely co-host. She's a Bedroom Candy independent consultant, a social media digital creator, and entrepreneur. She's currently developing a women's empowerment organization that focuses on post-trauma. She's classy, she's Christian, and she may cuss a little bit. I'm talking about Miss Nancy C.
Hello. How y'all doing?
We are fantastic.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And as always, you all look beautiful, as well as you. Thank you.
You know, I'm so excited because the show is growing by leaps and bounds. Our YouTube page is growing. Our Facebook page is growing. I'm just really excited. Are you guys excited?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. Thank y'all so much, all y'all viewers, for sharing and liking and viewing, and keep sharing. We love it. Thank y'all.
Keep giving us your participation. Come in and just let us be able to communicate. And that's the main thing, to share news, to give encouragement. So come on with it.
Absolutely. And not only do we have great guests tonight, but we actually have great guests booked up for the rest of the month. So yeah, so we're looking at May now. We're booking May. Folks want to get on Real Live and get real live.
Yeah, it's happening over here.
It's happening. Well, we're going to get right into our first guest. He's a visionary in the world of filmmaking and entertainment. He was raised in New York City. His name is Steve Drayton. He was drawn to the allure of the arts, showcasing his vocal talents in a school choir at as early as first grade. But he's surrounded by a family deeply rooted in the industry, including his brother, the renowned Flavor Flav from Public Enemy. Steven's journey into the realm of entertainment was likely because of his family of entertainers. So after honing his musical skills in a local band called Liquid Pleasure, he began transitioning into television production with a variety talent show called Make It Happen, and then as a director for a compelling drama, Married Men and Single Women. I really want to ask him about that. But that was seen on Netflix and Amazon Prime. Sounds like an interesting project. He's going to get into all of that with us, but he's also going to talk about his latest project called Family Court. He's going to maybe get into some of his creative processes and the stories that continue to inspire him. So I want to welcome to Real Live, Steven Drayton. Steve.
Salute.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Salute. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, DC Hunni.
Yes,
you need to get the button and do the applause.
I got it, but I don't love it, so I don't use it. But I'm gonna hit you. Hold on. Here we go. We got it. But what we don't got is an engineer, so it's like I'm doing everything. So sometimes I forget the button is there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for inviting me. Thanks for inviting me to the show.
Absolutely.
And thanks for thinking about me. We've been rolling for a minute.
Yeah.
Thanks for also when you was up in New York doing radio.
Boston. Yeah.
Boston doing radio. Thanks for playing the Christmas song with me and Tony Terry. I appreciate that.
It's a nice song.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm honored that you called me to be on this show. So anything you need, I'm here. So you got any questions for me? Let me know, and we jump right into it.
Oh, we got questions. That we got. Let's talk about your journey, I guess, into the entertainment industry. We'll start there. So you transition, like we said, from music to television and then to filmmaking.
Right.
How have those diverse experiences kind of shaped your approach to your new projects moving forward?
Well, I've always, music is my first love, of course. In 1984, that they can, how do you call it, fact check it. I had this song, it was on the big giant disco 45s back in the day. So Stop Playing With My Love. It did like #2 on the England Billboard. It was like one of them club hits, and that was my first delve into like professional recording artist, Steve Drayton. But then, I did that, it was pretty successful. But then, I thought about how do I give other people opportunities that I had to, to be discovered.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to some people on Long Island, and we put a show together called Make It Happen. And the slogan was, you don't have to be a star to be a star.
Okay.
So, So I would be going out looking for unsigned talent, in all the boroughs, including Long Island. And I would showcase them on my television show. After I showcased them, I would sit down and I would have a conversation with them. And, this is pretty decent people that came out of that. They rose to success just by being on my TV show.
Wow.
From nothing to something. I had a lot of, decent sized people on that show. And that was in the early 90s. And then I went on tour with my brother and them. Public, and we did like 35, 40 city tour, in the US. I had fun doing that. Came back, did some more television, And then I just thought, oh, crazy story. We had did 100 episodes, and I was young back then, and um, some things were said in the television studio, and I kind of lost my temper, and we kind of wrecked the studio, and that was the end of the television stint. I'm just keeping everything. I'm just keeping everything honest. Back then I was wild, nice but still wild, but had the crazy temper, and lesson learned out of that is you just have to not let people push that button. Not that I got older, of course. That was back in the day, but yeah, people could push my button real easy, and so yeah, they had me pegged as being violent. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
Ooh.
that's some hood stuff. That's trying to refine a brother from the hood, trying to refine him, and sometimes it just don't work.
I hear you.
And but as you get older, you get more wise. Most people, they get more wise.
Yeah.
But then from there, I actually I started trying to do my own little films. I wrote Married Men and Single Women. I wrote Married Men and Single Women because I was always a good writer. I was always a good storyteller. I wrote Married Men and Single Women maybe like 8-9 years before I actually got a chance to shoot it.
That's how it works.
Everything was a process. I wrote Family Court about 10 years ago. Now I'm finally able to shoot it. It was about to launch about 8 years ago, and how do I put this nicely? And sometimes when you have people that are funding your project, they want creative control among other things. And some of the creative control I was willing to give up, but I didn't want to change the story. And we just couldn't come to an agreement on that. So, and everybody was poised and ready to go, auditions and everything. Money didn't come through. It was kind of partly my fault, but I don't feel it was my fault because I just wasn't gonna give up certain things.
Sure.
And it wasn't even the points. It wasn't the money. It had nothing to do with that. It was them taking my story, telling me how I think my story should go.
Gotcha.
I couldn't budge off of it because when I do this project and you guys see the end result, you guys will say, okay, now I understand why you didn't budge. Because to me, in my mind, when I'm writing, I see things, and then some of the stuff is like, without getting too religious or anything, I get these, I get information from the higher power, whatever you want to call it. I get information from that place, and I move on that. That's what I move on, and so when you get something and it comes from a divine place, you don't let man try to change something that was given to you.
Yes.
Basically.
Understood. Yeah. So with Married Men and Single Women, you were able to get a distribution deal through Netflix and Amazon Prime. What would you suggest to aspiring filmmakers in order to follow that path and get those deals on those major platforms? What is your advice to them?
Okay, first thing anybody who's doing film out there, the first thing I would say is the old what they call it, the old adage, never give up.
Yeah.
And for every time there's a no, just trust me, there's yeses where the no's are. So you just keep on knocking on doors until you knock the right one down, and be confident that you had a good product. And for all the filmmakers, don't settle. I'm saying when you in the creative process, when you're filming, don't settle. If it's not right, don't rush it. Take your time, do it right, because you will be looking at that film saying, I could have did this better. I could have did no. Take your time and do it right. That's that. And nobody, if you have a good story, eventually somebody's gonna pick it up. It just has to be a good story. It has to be told well, and it has to be shot well.
Gotcha.
Now
Mhm.
you can get you can and this is for the filmmakers.
Yeah.
You can get certain types of distribution and deals and stuff, but if you guys are doing it now,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
he's back.
Can't
We can't
hear.
hear you. Check your mic. I think the mic went out when you scream it out. Can you hear us?
Mhm.
We can't hear you.
Can he hear you?
He's
He just talking.
just talking. We're gonna bring him back up and see if that fixes it. We're gonna bang on the system a little bit. Bang on the TV. Oh, yeah.
Bless him.
Bless his heart. It's going on
He's
and
looking.
oh. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna I'm gonna have him go out and come back in. He's still talking, y'all.
Yeah.
He is still talking. I hope he doesn't. Listen, I'm putting this on the air. I am kicking Steve from the studio only so that he can come back in and hopefully
Yeah.
he will be hopefully
We don't want him to,
fixed, right?
we don't want him getting mad.
Yeah.
Is he still talking?
He's probably he was going for it too. Great information. Great information.
Oh my goodness.
While he's trying to get back in, you guys, if you are
Okay.
Steve was talking about Family Court the movie, which is what he's filming now, or will be filming, I believe, in June. If you are interested in that, there are auditions going on, and hopefully we can get Steve back on to give more information. But it's going to be familycourtthemovie.com. If you go there, there are instructions on how to submit. Let's see if I can find it for you. How to submit your video. Steve's coming back in for a consideration. So that's Family Court the movie. All right, let's bring Steve back up and hopefully we can hear him.
hello, can you hear me?
All right.
Okay. So that happened because I had a phone call coming in. That's why I wanted to use my laptop.
Got you. I got you. Yeah.
So
Well, I did a great sales pitch for you while you were gone, so you're good.
Oh yeah. Well, Married Men. You can still watch Married Men and Single Women right now. It was in Netflix, Walmart. It's finally on Amazon Prime, but I heard somebody told me it's on Tubi now.
Give us an idea of what's the plot. What is the plot of Married Men?
Yeah, y'all need to go watch that. But since it's been out for a while, definitely it was about three guys, best friends. They had a triple wedding.
Okay.
And they all ended up cheating on their wives for different reasons.
Oh my.
All three of them. But one of the guys who cheated he didn't actually cheat, but yeah, he cheated, but it wasn't as bad as the other two. So
okay.
I mean,
this cheating wasn't so bad.
No, here we go. Just real quick, real fast. It's like if you got a wife, she's not paying you no attention. She's completely into herself. Everything you do is all about her, super vain, and just nothing. It forces a man to go out there and do things. But that particular guy, he loved his wife so much he really didn't want to cheat, but he just became real good friends with this one chick. And they got drunk. He spent the night, but he spent the night, but he didn't do anything. He thought he did it, but he didn't.
Okay.
So he never really crossed the line. But the other two, yeah, they crossed the line.
Gotcha.
And there was consequences. There was definitely consequences for them crossing the line. Crazy story, crazy ending.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap up in a couple of minutes. I want to make sure that you let everybody know about Family Court the movie.
Family Court the movie. Oh my gosh, man! Listen, I mean, I'm at a loss for words about this Family Court thing. This is gonna be an epic classic movie. I promise you, people are gonna watch this thing over and over again because of all the twists and all the turns and the way that I wrote it. You're not gonna see a bunch of stuff coming, but when it comes, you go, oh, heck no. it's going to be one of those a few times. Yeah, I wrote that, so not bragging on myself, but just I wrote
I
that.
get that.
And it's basically about two family court attorneys because you know what? I don't want to always consistently show us as black people in a certain light. So they're two family court attorneys, successful,
Okay.
big house,
Yeah.
all of that, and they're doing really well. That's how I want us to be portrayed. But on the back end of that, they have a daughter that's 17 years old, and they haven't really been watching her because they've been into their careers.
Okay.
So she's getting into all kinds of crazy trouble. All kinds of crazy trouble.
Sounds good. Yeah.
And without give, I can't even. I can't. That's all I can say. I can't really.
Yeah. Don't give it away.
I'm not. But
So,
it's
if someone wants to get involved in this project, how can they get involved at this point?
if somebody wants to get involved with well, there's a few ways, but the main way is to go to familycourtthemovie.com. familycourtthemovie.com. And when you go to the website, right hand corner, if you click on that, there's gonna be a drop down. And then where the drop down is, you go over to the left where it says rows and sides. For people who don't know what sides are a page from the script that you have to study and try to memorize. So anybody that's out there and they just starting to act, when they're starting to act, you always ask a director or a producer, do they have the sides? That's just a page or two of what you're going to be auditioning for. So it's gonna say rows and sides. You click on rows and sides, and all the characters that we're auditioning for, they're going to pop up. And then if you click on the actual character name, the sides are gonna show up, or the lines are gonna show up. All you have to do is pick the character, videotape yourself, and send it in to casting at Family Court the movie. And that's it. Now I'll see the video, so you don't even have to come down and do a live video. You can video yourself. You have to come down to the live audition, even though we're having one. We're having one on the 26th in downtown Atlanta, just waiting to secure the spot, which will probably be tonight. But in the meantime, if you can't get there, you can videotape yourself, send it in to casting at Family Court the movie, and I'll see it. And I've had a lot of submissions since I've done television. I was on TV Monday. And there's been a lot of people sending in tapes. So
Awesome.
you want to be a part of this movie? You think think you're a good actor? Send it in to casting at Family Court the Movie. But first, you must go to familycourtthemovie.com. That's the website.
Sounds good. I'll come down and hold a microphone or serve some danishes or something.
Yeah,
I haven't acted since Black Drama Club in high school.
No, I need you in a bigger capacity. Hopefully, we will talk about that. But yeah, I need you. I need you, Keith. This is gonna be that film that's gonna get everybody seen. Whoever plays in this movie, their life is going to change. I promise that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I didn't want to wrap up without giving Mick Fabulous and Nancy C a chance to chime in and ask a question. Did you have something, ladies?
Hi, Steve. I want to ask a question. Now, we know even with music and with movies, it's telling a story. So for you, even though they can intertwine, listening to you, I see movies is more of your passion than music. I was going to say, which one do you prefer? Even though they're almost the same thing, they're telling a story, however you may put it with music, and the other one, you're portraying it. You're giving us a description. So between the two of balancing, which one would be your favorite?
Music.
Okay.
Because I'm a writer. I write all kinds of music. I have a lot of music. And it works for me because now when it comes down to soundtracks and scoring, guess what? It's all in house now. I don't have to go looking. You got a soundtrack? You know how to score? I know how to do all of that. So the music actually helping me to do this film because I'm paying for all of this. Finance, everything. Steve Drayton paying for everything. So that gives me total creative control of everything. So,
Okay.
when you're doing it like that, you have to do it a little different. But now, don't get it twisted. When you see the product, it's gonna look like I spent a lot of money on it because I have all my own film equipment, new film equipment,
Mm.
and I'm talking about like cinema cameras and lights and great sound. I have everything I need to do a full professional looking film.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So,
Okay.
Miss Nancy
Okay.
C, did you have something?
Well, since you are looking for actors for your movie and music is your passion, are you looking for any independent artists to work with in the future?
oh yeah, definitely, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. This film right here is gonna change everybody's life, including myself. This film right here, this is the one. And
Okay.
this is so crazy. Back in 2014, no, I'm sorry, back in 2020, 2023 in December, I got the word that I need to go for this movie no matter what. And the date was dropped on me too, when I should shoot it.
Wow.
And I have
Okay.
not changed, so I'm sticking with the plan. Been it's been a little bit of resistance, but I already know when you believe what you believe, it's gonna happen. This is where
Okay.
faith come in at. This
Right.
faith. Hey, I'm gonna have just a real quick, real moment. This is real because I normally keep everything crystal clear. After I shoot this, my pocket's gonna be looking real funny. I could have chose to use this money in different places, but that's not what was given to me.
Yeah.
So now
Okay.
here comes the faith. Here it comes. This is it right here.
Yeah.
This is the faith right here. Does anybody know anything about faith? Here we go. Remember they
Amen.
say you got to do it, it's uncomfortable and all that stuff?
Right.
I don't know. I personally don't know what I'm going to do after I'm finished filming. I don't know because it's going to be looking, yeah,
Go back
but
to
I
music.
got to do what I got to do because if you anybody out there, if you keep talking about what you're going to do and don't do it, there's a lot of great ideas, movies, and all that stuff in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
So God
That's
spare my
true.
life, I'm going for it. I'm not
Yeah.
procrastinating. You gotta do it. Nothing is promised. I'm sorry,
Right.
nothing is promised. So enjoy every day, enjoy life. If don't anybody you was mad at, don't be mad at them no more. Forgive
That's
them.
right.
You don't have to mess with them, but don't hold
Yeah.
nothing in your heart that's malice, that's bad. Get rid of all of it. Clear your
Right.
energy so all good things can happen to you. Clear your
Right.
energy.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mad at anybody. If I upset anybody that listens to this broadcast, I apologize from my heart
That's
if I
real.
Yeah.
offended somebody. Just
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
clear, you have to clear yourself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Once you clear yourself, they got the problem. You don't have the problem no more. You clear.
Mm.
Right.
So my
Mm-hmm.
energy is clear and everything is going good. So I thank God for that.
That is real.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that
Oh,
word.
thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you
Yes.
for your presence on the show. You got to come back. You gotta
Yeah. Hey, what about that thing we was talking about? Yeah, let's get a bunch of celebrity siblings and put them all on your
Right.
show, and let's talk about some things.
Steve.
Then you gotta
Let's
keep
do
it a
that.
secret. You gotta keep it a secret.
So that's the secret. I didn't say we was doing it. I said let's do it.
That's
Yeah.
I'm just putting something out in the air for you.
I heard you and received you.
But that'd be dope. I'll help you with anything you need on that end. Just let me know and I got you.
I appreciate it.
But y'all got to help me with the movie now. I'm gonna need help.
Oh yeah, I told you.
We
Yeah,
got you.
I will come
Good.
down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I start filming June 14th.
June 14th.
My
Be there.
That's for like
birthday.
20, I think like 23 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Let us know. We'll be there. We'll be there in support. We thank you for supporting us tonight as well.
Oh yeah, no problem. Anytime I'll come back again. We will. Invite me back, and we can do the progress. Okay. Well, last time we talked, you was going to shoot the movie. Where you at right now?
That sounds good. We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Drayton, everyone. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye.
All right, family. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with social media news. When we discuss some of the topics, the hot topics on your timeline. We'll be right back with Miss Nancy C. All right, we are back with social media news. Miss Nancy, take it away.
All right. I'm laughing, but this right here, what I'm getting ready to tell you, is not a laughing situation. Now, the disclaimer is we respect everyone as a person. Okay. This story is involving Planet Fitness. Now, a couple of days ago, a 38-year-old man by the name of Christopher Miller barged into the women's locker room and stripped naked. All right, he stripped naked in front of a minor. She was 17 years old. So she called the police and they asked her what was he wearing? She said he's wearing nothing. He's just walking around the restroom completely naked. He made a statement to her that he wanted her to shower with him and rub him down with lotion. Now, of course, he was arrested and his bond was set at $25,000. Now, I think he did this, and I'll give my opinion later, based off of the incident that happened with Planet Fitness a couple of months ago. Patricia Sylvia, they revoked her membership because she went to the employees and she made a video in the parking lot about a transgender using the women's restroom because he identifies as a woman. He's just standing in there shaving. She didn't feel comfortable. So they revoked her membership, and Planet Fitness made a statement that they are open to everyone. They said that all members have access to the locker room and restroom based on their self-reporting gender. They don't have to have surgery, but if they say I'm a whole man, but I identify as a woman, they can still go into the women's locker room, strip naked, and walk around, and nobody can do anything to them. So, ladies, what do you think?
Woo, let me take a sip. Okay, this is crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah. Well, while you're sipping, I know that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go.
Okay. Yeah. So, I think a lot of people have opinions on Planet Fitness and their move to ban the ladies' membership as well as allow transgenders to share the women's restroom, not just restroom, but locker room.
The locker room.
Because their stock definitely has dropped. Their value has dropped. I can't remember the number, but it's dropped considerably. So a lot of people are not really cool with this. Personal experience, there was a Whole Foods in DC, and this is a brand new Whole Foods. They decided that they were going to make one bathroom for everyone. So this bathroom was for men and women. You walk in and you see men at the sink, very uncomfortable, washing their hands like, we don't think we should be here either. And then you go down the hall, and then there are doors, and you just go in the stall and use the bathroom. So there's a certain group of people that are able to build these things and make these things happen that want to shift society toward this move. So, thinking that it's kind of comfortable or trying to make it comfortable for everyone. So I don't know if this is the new norm or if enough people that are against it will be able to speak out and say, hey, we don't want it. In my opinion, these things are not just uncomfortable, but very dangerous. This is this is a whole man, like you said. A whole man just shaving, which is nasty. First of all, we women don't shave at Planet Fitness. We shave at home. So
at home.
What
my thing is, what was he shaving?
We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
But no, didn't it say that it was it didn't say?
It did not. It did not.
It didn't say that it was inappropriate?
No, it did not.
Oh. So he could have been shaving his face.
But imagine your 6-year-old daughter going into the Planet Fitness locker room, and then
But no, I'm saying if he was shaving his private areas, if he was just shaving his face. But I'm asking, what made it be so, for them to look at that and say, well, me personally, if they're going to say that they can come in, first and foremost, I'm not going anyway. And now you can do everything at home on the wall, use your own stuff. I don't have to pay to do that. Do it in the comfort of your own home. But I was just wondering, what was he shaving?
I think it was because he was just half naked. He was standing there in a towel. And you're just, whether he was shaving his legs or his face or his, private area, is just uncomfortable. I don't think the average woman want to walk in and see a man shaving anything or just standing there.
Well, no, but I'm saying, but he shouldn't have shaved. That's why I'm just wondering, like, if he had it and he's just shaving his face, that wouldn't have upset anyone, right? That's what I'm just saying. If I see, because I might have my little thing trying to, do I have some hairs under here? You know what I mean? That's not. But the reasoning that it was appalling, it had to be where it was something that was totally disrespectful.
Yeah.
And it runs to the thing where, because of the laws and because of their giving them so many rights, they feel they're pushing the envelope way beyond. And thus, so many things are unacceptable. And just because that's the way you feel, everybody doesn't have to accept that.
I think if the man
it's a place for everything. You should have did all of your trimming, your cutting, all of that should have been at home. That's not a place for you to do it. It's not a grooming station. It's a gym.
I think if the person was fully transitioned, it may not have been so uncomfortable. However, the person was not. And the lady whose membership was revoked had a great idea. She was saying, well, why not have separate restrooms for people who are transitioning or transgenders?
Right.
Do you think that that's a good solution to that problem or that issue?
Yeah. I would say this, it could be a solution, but if you notice, most of the transgender, and I may be using the wrong terms, but most of the transgender, if you see the females that are gendering to a male, you don't have problems with them. They're not going into the males' restrooms and locker rooms and doing stuff. It's the men that's saying that they're identified as women that's coming in to the women's area and wants to, expose all of themselves. And I think a lot of them, not a lot of them, let me rephrase that. I think some of them, like these two guys right here, are just using that as a way to get into the women's restrooms just to bother women. Yeah.
They want their peekaboo.
Yeah. That's what I think. Because if you're really transgender, you're not trying to, bring harm or disturb anyone else. So these guys, you're on purposely, I identify as a woman just to get into the women's area, just so you can show off your penis. We done seen one, we done seen them all. You just being a creep. So yeah.
Well, we did have another story, but we got to get to our guest. I don't want to keep him waiting. And this is a fantastic interview. So we're going to go ahead and bring him on in just a second. And maybe we can get to that second topic afterwards. Is that okay with you, ladies?
Yep.
All right. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. All right, we are back, and from the steel mills of Pittsburgh, to the bustling kitchens of Atlanta, our next guest has taken a truly unique culinary journey. He wasn't always a master of the kitchen, but spent years working behind the scenes in the entertainment industry first, helping to bring the dream of others to life in the entertainment industry. But he talks about a personal health scare and a deep love for food that led him down a brand new path. And he's here to talk about that today. This path paved with delicious discoveries and the power of healing through what we eat. I want to welcome to the stage our chef, entrepreneur, and all-around food enthusiast, Mr. John Oz Layne. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you have a nickname, and I can't remember it. Can you remind us of what that is? The Wizard?
The urban food wizard.
The urban food wizard. Let's start with that.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay. All right. First of all, thank you for the intro. I wish I could record that one. I need to use that everywhere. Okay.
Oh, I'll record it for you and send it to you.
My early childhood, up until the age of 4, was, at home like most families were back in the 60s. I was born in 63. And but after the age of 4, life for my family changed. My mom was not into cooking at all. So I was probably what became known as the latchkey kid early on in my life. And a lot of times coming home from school, once I was in school, there was some money on a refrigerator, and you take that, and I would go across the street to get food from the bars and the restaurants. And that became my way of life up until the age of 11. So about 7 years, I ate nothing but outdoor food unless we went to other families' houses. And because of that, then after that, my mom was gone for a while and I was with another family, home cooked meals again for about 3 years. And then mom came back and it was right back to restaurant food, except when she paid somebody in the neighborhood to cook something. Okay. So I became sort of a unwilling expert on eating out. That's all I really, really, truly understood, because before that, I was too young to really know what I was eating. So urban food wizard.
Okay.
So before the urban food wizard, somewhere along your journey, you got into the entertainment industry. Talk to us about that journey from, I believe you were in artist management, business development. Talk about that transition from that field to the current field that you're in now.
Okay. So I actually started out as a teacher. I was a public school teacher for a while in Pittsburgh.
Wonderful.
And when I was doing that, I always did the extracurricular activities for the kids. I was a middle school teacher. So I ran talent shows. Okay. And I coached sports. And then in 1994, I was in a car accident that almost ended my life. And I couldn't walk, let alone teach anymore. So I decided to go into entertainment because it really was a passion for me. I love doing anything on stage in front of a camera. I'm a ham. I'm a self-admitted ham. Okay. So I get into entertainment. I go back and grab some of those former students who are now older, right? And formed a little label, so to speak, and just started guiding them. And then in 1999, I decided, hey, listen, I'm too big for Pittsburgh. We all are. Let's get out of here. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to the Black Mecca, Atlanta. Get here in Atlanta. And immediately I go about, because now I'm getting 40s. I don't want to perform anymore, but I'm helping these young folks to try to get where they want to go. And I meet a bunch of people. And in that transition, in that period, I'm like, this is great, but my income is dependent on their success. Nope. That just like, nope, I can't do this anymore. Manager, whatever. And my son was one of those artists who actually ended up doing a lot of stuff in Latin America. He was doing a Black kid doing reggaeton. And so anyway, different things happen. So some of those young people go to jail. My son just decides he doesn't want to do music anymore. And I'm like, okay, now what am I going to do for me? And 2000, it took me up until 2017, 18, before I really figured that out. Again, I'm not a cook. I didn't grow up in a household of cooks. So, but I knew I was spending a lot of money still in restaurants. So I said, well, let me get into this. And then something amazing happens. And as I'm getting into it, Anthony Bourdain, who I was looking up to at the time, passes away. And he was like the only person I considered to do true food journalism. And so once that happened, I was really bummed out about it. And my friends and everybody around me was like, man, you should replace him. And I'm like, me replace him? That man's a trained chef. I'm not a trained chef. So when you say chef, I'm a cook. I'm not a trained chef.
Gotcha.
So how do I replace somebody who's worked in the bowels of the kitchen to writing New York Times bestsellers to becoming this television icon? And everybody said, you know, your head is big enough, man. You can think of an idea. So you got a big head, man. So figure it out, man. And so Great Urban Eats was born. That led me to that journey. And we actually filmed a season of a show back then. We were in the middle of filming when the pandemic broke out. And it sort of halted everything. And after the pandemic ended, a few of those restaurants were now out of business. So we spent a lot of money to film a lot of footage that just never went anywhere. But that's how I got it from music entertainment into the food.
And then you also share recipes on your wonderful YouTube channel. I definitely subscribed. I want everyone else to subscribe as well. How did you transition? Did you transition because of the pandemic from those restaurant reviews to the recipes, or how did that happen?
It was really, I had gotten ill. I was pre-hypertension, pre-diabetic. I was just doing bad myself, health-wise. And I knew I couldn't keep eating what I was eating. And so I had to find a way to get the food that I wanted. And everybody kept saying, you know, well, to eat better. Well, first, let me say this. There was a Black doctor, a cardiologist, who was prescribing pills for his patients. And he came with a heart condition and decided he didn't want to take the same pills that he was prescribing. Wow. And he went on a food journey and discovered the healing properties of food. And I came across his information online, and I just sort of followed what he was doing. I became vegan for 16 months, which was really hard for me because I love burgers and fish sandwiches and fries and everything else that's juicy and greasy. And but I did it. But now, you know, it's expensive to go out and eat that way. So I have to cook this stuff. And that's when I really began cooking. My first dish was a vegan chili. And I was an employee at Sprint at the time and took a big thing of it to work. And everybody else ate my chili and we started like, can you make some? I'll buy it from you. And I'm like, really? You'll buy food from me? Okay. Mm-hmm. And that sort of led to me now cooking for other people. It just all snowballed out of need. But what I got to say, though, the 16 months that I went vegan and today, my numbers changed completely. No longer pre-hypertension. I'm still 340 pounds. I'm a big guy. But I still eat what I want to eat. It's just now I know how to prepare it, what to use, what not to use, and how to cook it. That's another key thing that we don't know in our culture.
Yeah, yeah. I want to give the folks a quick look at some of the great content that you do have on your YouTube page. We're talking about preparing food. It's a 5-minute video, but we'll probably play about 2 or 3 minutes. I just want to give you guys a look at Great Urban Eats on YouTube and some of the fantastic recipes. This is a great recipe. I don't even know how to say it. You can say it for us. I think it's COQ. How do you pronounce that?
That's a French dish made popular by Julia Childs. It's called coq au vin.
Coq au vin. That's it. All right, let's check this out. We're just going to watch a couple minutes of it. And then I know Mick Fabulous and Nancy C have some great questions for you. Check this out, guys.
Okay, Munchkins, here it is. Coq au vin. This is a French recipe. It's basically stewed chicken. You probably had it before. It's present in every culture. But this one has a kick. Why? Because there's a little bit of brandy in there and some really bold red wine. So good. I'm going to show you how to make this, okay? All right, check this out.
it. That's all y'all get. Y'all don't get it all. You have to go to the Great Urban Eats YouTube page in order to get the rest. All right. But I
That
want
dish
to
was
let
so good.
everybody see the quality of your content and how what you can expect when you go to the Great Urban Eats YouTube page. So good stuff.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It is so tasty. That dish was so good. And you saw there that pink stuff. That's Himalayan pink salt that I was using. We don't use Morton salt here. We don't use any seasoned salts. Like Lowry's is not allowed in my door. McCormick is not allowed in my door. I go to real markets and get real ingredients, and that help us to keep our blood pressure and sugar levels low.
Oh,
Mick Fabulous, you have a question for us?
Actually, I'm dealing with I'm not dealing. I have a friend, and she's diabetic, and she's trying to figure out how she really wants to come off the insulin.
Yes.
So I'm listening to how you're saying, so you were diabetic, and so you start doing these things and your levels changed, and do you have to use insulin or anything anymore?
I never used insulin. They listed me as pre-diabetic, right? But but it was pretty much I was diabetic. That it was just that I don't like traditional doctors, so I use herbalists and holistic doctors and stuff like that. My feet, they were ready to. My feet were close to being amputated. They couldn't save them, so that's how bad off I was.
Wow.
But yes, the first thing that you got to do, because what we don't understand is meat. Unfortunately, it holds sugars. We just don't know that. Now, I'm not telling everybody to be a vegan, but I'm saying if you're already ill, if you want to fix it, you have got to stop eating meat for a minute and stop eating pasta for a minute, just for a while. And that time is determined by what your health is doing as you do it. For me, it took 16 months. Because I didn't want to be a vegan. I love ribs and burgers and fries. And so for 16 months, I did that, but everything changed in those 16 months. And I ate a lot of watermelon, a lot of avocado. Avocado became my meat, really. I used avocado like it was meat. I just make whatever I was eating. And I also had to give up my sweets, which, being raised with my grandmother for 4 years, cake was every day. So I had to leave sweets alone. It was rough. But now the way I maintain it is with the food. Now I know, okay, I still will make dishes with pasta, but I won't eat that much. I won't eat that much pasta. I'll eat more of the meat, but now I'm not loading myself with the sugars and the heavy salts. I don't buy the barbecue sauces that have high fructose corn syrup is our enemy.
Yes.
It is our enemy. And we think Sweet Baby Ray's is a black product. It is not. Sweet Baby, it's not. And it's horrible. It has more high fructose corn syrup than anything. So just last night, I made some oven baked barbecue drumsticks, but I made the barbecue sauce right here in the house: ketchup, dry mustard, this and that. And I use Celtic salt in that one because Celtic salt helps us to retain the water that helps us get into our body to cleanse. That's a secret that people don't know. So put some on your tongue.
Repeat that. I need to write that down. The who? The salt?
Celtic
what is
salt.
Celtic?
Salt.
Spell it, please.
Like the word Celtic, CELTIC. But the right way to say it is Celtic salt. That salt if you decide that you want to cook with it, that's okay. But I encourage cooking with the pink salt, but then using Celtic salt as medicinal almost, right? Put some on my tongue, and then I drink water. Whenever I'm drinking some water, I'll put a little flake of Celtic salt on my tongue, and it helps absorb it, right? And put it where it needs to go. The Celtic salt is an active salt. Himalayan pink salt, not Morton brand, true off the rock pink salt, also helps to carry nutrients through your body in a way that iodized salt doesn't. So, and these are little secrets that I found that has helped me to be a lot healthier than I was.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I do. First of all, you're gonna have to come back on DC say the same and do a special for men, especially Black men dealing
Yes.
with hypertension, diabetes, and
Yes.
ED. Because
Yes.
all of that can lead to ED, erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to come back for that. If she says the same.
I would love to. I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Because I run into, for what I do, I run into a lot of Black men who deal with that, and they don't go to the doctor, so they try to figure it out on their own. I'd be like, if you start changing some of the stuff that you eat, he'll get back to standing at attention. But we're not talking about that. Okay,
and stay away from their pills.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking about eating healthy. Now, in the inner city, there are not a lot of in a lot of inner city neighborhood, there are not a lot of grocery stores that sell a lot of the healthy foods that we should have access to. We have a lot of convenience stores with a lot of liquor and stuff like that. So what are the 5 food items that a family can start off with in order to move into the lane of eating healthier?
So
if they don't have a table.
Sure. Like if we're just going to, and I'll just name popular stores. If you're going to Food Lion, if we're going to Publix, Kroger, if we're going to Wayfield, when we go into these places, the main thing is legumes. That's one of we have to get used to beans. We kind of looked at beans as a side item, but really beans is really, it can be a main meal. In fact, the way we portion our plates is all wrong, right? So legumes is one thing. Getting all kinds of beans, and I mean, go for it. They're all good, okay? And cooking those with smoked meats, that's another thing. Remember earlier I talked about the way we prepare meats. So, we get smoked turkey and stuff like that from the grocery store, so they can go in, get smoked turkey. That's another thing. Cut out the fat back, cut out the pig feet, cut out the ears or whatever else they want to use, and just use smoked turkey. That's another thing. So legumes, smoked turkey, these are things that now you can prepare. And then greens, kale greens, collard greens, mustard green, turnip greens are very good for you. Okay. I don't care what nobody says. Pot liquor, that pot liquor, that's medicine. Okay.
Talk about it.
If it's got the right stuff in it. Okay. Because if you put Morton's in there and Lowry's in there, that's 2 salts. That pot liquor ain't no good for you. So, we just want to make sure we're putting the right ingredients. So, okay, legumes, smoked meats, smoked turkeys, and greens. Those are the main things. After that, then you want to start looking more in your grains of pastas. Gluten-free pasta, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, But if you're looking at store shelf brand pastas, then Barilla pasta is the closest to homemade pasta that you can get in a box. Okay, it is the closest. That and the Ciccio. Those 2 brands are the closest that you can get to that. And then if there was the last item, I'm just going to say fruits, any fruit that they can get anytime, and just make sure it has seeds. Because if it doesn't have seeds, it's genetically modified.
Right.
Man.
So,
that's why I don't eat grapes anymore. That's why.
Yeah.
Can't
so
find
I go to farmers markets. I reach out to local farmers. Here in Atlanta, we have the Atlanta Harvest. That family is doing wonderful stuff with organic, good foods at great prices, sending out bundles. Right now, they're doing a thing where they actually want people in different cities to get together so that they're trying to figure out how much watermelon to grow, and they want to ship the watermelon to these people in different cities, seeded watermelon.
Wow.
So those 5 ingredients, and if they can, in the hood, if you just have to, find that person who's got their own garden and see what you can work out, because everybody that grows something grows too much. Everybody that grows something grows too much.
I grew up on that. My grandparents had gardens in their yards, their backyards.
Yeah. And we had a pear tree. We couldn't give away the pears. It was so many. We were begging people to take these pears.
And I wanted to address one more thing that you said about the I'm 61 years old, right? that the erect ED problem never had. You know what I'm
See?
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I give it tribute it to the fact of what I put in my body.
Yes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just had to
Yeah.
go back on that because
Absolutely.
and I would love to talk to more guys about this. My target audience really is women. And the reason that
Mm-hmm.
my target audience is women because it's mostly women that prepare the food for men.
Yeah.
Because most guys don't want to get in the kitchen. It's become popular since these television food chefs and stuff. But you know, if we can get the guys into cooking, that would be great. Because
Yeah.
for real, you know, that the kitchen is everybody's place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a wealth of information.
Yeah.
We definitely have to get you back. We'll put a panel together for that as well. That would be awesome.
Love it.
Something for
I
the
love
children.
it.
But before you go,
Very informative. Very informative.
what's up
Yes.
next for Great Urban Eats? Are there more restaurant reviews? Are you building the recipes on the channel? What you got coming up next?
So we're in the process. Actually, I'm waiting for this one investor. I'm hoping that they actually follow through so that we can actually shoot a season of one of my new shows. I have 3 shows that I want to shoot. I may even want to talk to Steve and might ask you to connect me with him. But we have 3 shows we want to shoot. I already have a production team. I just have to be able to pay them for it. And also, I'm working a deal right now. I have a standing agreement with independent owners of gas stations, just like you go to QT and go into the hot section and get stuff.
Yes.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I have all of these chefs, these Black chefs that I've been working with, all who cook healthy food. And I have gas stations that want me to bring food warmers into their places. And we're going to do Great Urban Eats features foods by these different chefs throughout Metro Atlanta and hopefully eventually nationally.
Oh, awesome.
So if we want to be able to find out about that, how can we join a mailing list or how can we get information on that as it develops?
Sure. The best way is, and I'm going to do a mailing list one day, but I wanted to wait until I had everything actually concrete before I do that. But so the best way is go to my website because everything goes up on my website, greaturbaneats.com. And also you can follow me on my social media. I'm really big with my IG. That is my main place, and my YouTube. But my IG is more informational and my website is just for everything. So greaturbaneats.com or YouTube, Great Urban Eats, anything Great Urban Eats, you can find me. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook.
All right.
I got grandkids. It's like, Dad, Granddad, you got more social media than me. I'm like,
Oh, then you're doing something. Yeah.
You slipping then, bro.
Thank you so much for joining us. You have a wealth of information, and we look forward to having you back real soon. Right.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I truly enjoyed myself. God bless you all. And I look forward to seeing you soon in the future.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was John Oz, Layne, everyone from Great Urban Eats. Make sure you support him. And I know Mick Fabulous is traveling, so you have to go. Like right now.
Yeah.
So thank
I
you.
mean, but everything was so good and informative.
It really was. It really was.
So I feel like I'm a jet setter almost, you know.
I think you are.
Now I'm getting ready to fly out.
Mhm.
So, but I'm not that far from the airport. But yeah, I'll be heading out in a few minutes.
All
But
right.
yes, but this show was very informative. I really enjoyed that, especially about the food. And for the ones that's listening, hopefully they can get some things because you know they're dealing with diabetes and you know they're having their issues. So that's a good thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off, and if I can, I'm gonna get off. But can I leave this because it's in my spirit, and I think everything kind of coincide. And that's why when God gives you something, you think it's just for you. You don't know, but when He brought all of this stuff forth. And my thing is, a platform doesn't make you, right? It only reveals who you are. So no matter how we're on this platform, the ones that's coming on this platform, it's not making them. It's already in them. And they're just revealing what they have to share. And so again, when I say, you know, don't change who you are, be who you are and stand to that. You know, where in society we want to change to fit in. But no, be yourself. Love you and know.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'll see you guys in a few hours. I'm out. I gotta
All
go.
right.
I'm gonna
All
miss my flight. All right. Bye.
Yeah.
Safe travels.
All
Yeah,
right.
tonight was good.
It was. Did you want to go ahead and cover these stories? You want to hang out with me for a little bit, or how you feeling? You gotta go.
Well, I can. I don't have a date, so I can.
I really wanted to get back to the stories, especially since we said we was going to talk about it. So maybe we should talk. So let's go back. There was a social media news story where it was about the Uber driver. Did you see that story? Let people know what we're talking about. For those who didn't see. But this week, tragically, there was a situation where a female Uber driver was senselessly killed, over a heartbreaking money scam. Recently, it was in Ohio when it happened, and it really highlights the dangers of phone scams. People think it's not that serious, but in this case, it actually cost someone her life, and also landed 61-year-old. No, she was 61. 61-year-old landed him in jail. Apparently he got a call saying that there was someone in his family that was being held for ransom, and he needed to put a certain amount of money together. And at the same time, the Uber driver, her name was Lolitha Hall. I do want to show her picture because I really want to honor her. See if I can pull it up. I thought I had Lolitha on here. Let's see. Maybe I didn't. Okay. I'm sorry, Lolitha. We'll try to get your picture up a little later on the page. Oh, that's so. Here it is. Let's show Lolitha because I do want to honor her. That's Lolitha Hall, 61-year-old Uber driver. She was shot and killed by 81-year-old William Brock on March 25th. Investigators believe that both were victims of an elaborate scam. So according to the police, Brock received a phone call demanding money, like I said, and threatening a relative's safety. And coincidentally, Hall was sent in on an Uber pickup at Brock's residence around the same time. So believing that Hall was part of the scam, Brock confronted her with a gun. And tragically, my words, Brock escalated. He escalated the situation, and he shot Miss Hall to death. I think he shot her 3 times. So police did release the dash cam footage. Thank God she had her dash cam going on her vehicle. And it shows that she was unarmed. She was trying to leave the situation multiple times, but he continued to advance toward her and shot her 3 times, and she died. Brock has been charged with murder, so he is in jail. He's pleading not guilty. They are searching for the original scammers, but I'm sure it's going to be very difficult to find those people, track those people down. So law enforcement just wants to remind people to never send money or personal information over the phone, and to verify any claims of urgency, such as a kidnapping, with the authorities. So verify first before you even think about giving money to someone or taking any other type of action. So what do you think about that?
I feel some kind of way about it. I personally think, this is my personal opinion, that this was racially motivated, because she walks with a limp. And even though the scammers reached out to her and told her to go to his house and pick it up, and they had already called him and told him somebody was coming to his house to get a package, I can understand you want to arm yourself, somebody come ring your bell, you got your Glock out and you're ready. But once he saw her and he talked to her, and he would have sensed that she's not there to bring any harm. She's just there to pick up a package. Once she was walking away, he followed her to the car. She tried to get in the car. He was blocking her from getting in the car. He snatched her phone from her. He shot her in the leg the first time. She fell to the ground. Then you kept shooting. No, sir. I'm believing that he always wanted to shoot one of us. That's what I'm believing, in all his 81 years, because you can tell. I've been robbed before. So you can tell if somebody is gunning for you, or if it's just mistaken identity or something like that, you could tell she wasn't trying to bring you any harm. You just wanted to unload your clip. That's what you wanted to do, and that's what you did. And so the bond is set at 200,000, which somebody probably put up, and he's facing, if he's convicted, facing 15 years to life. No, you wanted to do that. I understand it was a scam, but to just be like, oh, well, I was protecting myself. The video clearly shows that she was walking away from you. She was walking away from you. So you was coming at her. You was the aggressor. She wasn't the aggressor.
I have to agree with you. I'm looking at this face. Wait till his face comes up on the screen. He looks mighty with himself. That right here. That's the image that's in my mind. He doesn't look upset at all about what he does. And he may feel like he's not guilty. Yeah. But he clearly is guilty of murder. That's my opinion. I'm sure he has the right to for a judge and a jury, but I don't know. I have to agree with you. I think he wanted to do something like that, and this was an opportunity. Let us know what you think in the comment section, because we want to know what you think about this as well. All right, what you think about this? Yeah.
And we love everybody. We just don't like foolishness, and this is foolishness. As far as I'm concerned.
Well, let's move on to some other news before we go. I do want to give this young sister her shine tonight. I'm talking about Baltimore's balling queen, Angel Reese. I am so excited that this young lady has been drafted into the WNBA. She will be going to Chicago. She was LSU superstar, as you remember, and now she has taken her talents to the pros. She was drafted 7th overall by the Chicago Sky in the 2024 WNBA draft that happened this week. And they call her the Bayou Barbie. I love that. But the Bayou Barbie is just a rising basketball star. She's also a marketing marvel. This young sister has already landed, get this, Mrs. Nancy, 17 endorsement deals. Now, this is what she's playing for LSU. Already has 17 endorsement deals in the bag before even ever playing her first WNBA game.
Wow.
More to come, right? So she's also, I want to honor her. Let's get Angel on the screen. I love this young lady.
Congratulations.
2-time SEC Player of the Year. She dominated college basketball with her fierce rebounding and unstoppable post moves. But her story goes beyond the trophies. She was raised in Baltimore's gritty Sandtown, Winchester neighborhood. But she used basketball as a positive outlet, channeling her energy into becoming a role model for young girls back home. This sister is 6'3". She isn't afraid to express herself. Her infectious personality and massive social media following, over 1 million on TikTok alone, is why major brands are knocking on her door for a piece of what they call the Reese effect.
Yeah.
So our endorsement portfolio already includes heavyweights, and you see some on the screen, but Reebok, Tops, Beats by Dre, and Tampax, and now Mercedes-Benz, proving that her ability transcends the traditional sports world. She's also working on some things with Airbnb, and she also thinks of opening a basketball camp for the underprivileged in Baltimore. So I'm very proud of this young lady. She's
congratulations to her. Wow. She could actually be a model too.
Yes, a beautiful girl. Yeah. Yeah.
She favors Megan Thee Stallion.
She does.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for her. Nothing but good things happening for her.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Well, that's all I have. We're going to end it on a good note. Thank you, everybody who's been tuning in. I don't have that screen open, so I don't have the names that Mick Fabulous Ms has for us, but we do appreciate you tapping in.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed the show. The replay will be available immediately, so check that out and share it with your friends and family, all right? And that's about it. We'll be back on Tuesday with more great guests. So make sure that you are locked into our page. That means like and follow the Onyx Network on Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel to get notifications of our upcoming guests and show.
It has been a blast. We thank y'all for showing up. Yes. And we're over 800 followers on Facebook. So yeah.
Oh, we are growing.
Yes. So thank y'all so much.
All right, everybody. We'll see you here on Tuesday for another session of Real Live at 7 p.m. See you then.
All right. Good night.